earlier in the show, we discussed how the Liberals' post-election review seems to be showing that factional infighting was a key reason for why they didn't do so well earlier this year. But another reason that's being bandied about is the lack of competent female candidates. So what's the solution to this? Is it quotas? I don't know. Joining me now is Senator Holly Hughes and lawyer Caroline Di Russo. Welcome to both of you. Holly, I'll start with you. Senator, what was your reaction to the review?
Well, I haven't seen the full review, so I'm not going to...
So you've got the reports.
I have seen what everybody else has seen in The Australian today around the report and about the need to get more women. But it also looked at what the teal impact was, and there were some comments there, we can't out-teal the teals, which I've said from the beginning. But if you look at a number of the seats we lost, a lot of those seats were modern Liberals. They had lost the Liberal logo, they had lost the Liberal colours, they'd lost the, all of that Liberal branding had been removed. Well, you might as well run as an independent. As Ronald Reagan used to say, you've got to dance with the one that brung you. So I don't think it's just women. I think there is an issue there with women. I think we had an issue in New South Wales where we had two really good women. We had Susan Lee, who's now the Deputy Leader, was challenged for her pre-selection. We have Melissa McIntosh, who was a first-term MP, who not only in the 2019 election got a swing to her, continued that trend in the last election, but was under challenge at the end of her first term. So if we want to attract more women into the party, I think we've got to have a system that kind of says, come and run for us, win the seat, but hey, guess what? You're not going to be under threat every time you turn around, which was what I think we saw a little bit of leading up to the last election in New South Wales.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point, especially about Melissa McIntosh, because I think she is an absolute star for the Liberal Party. And as you say, she had a big swing to her, and I've spoken to her many times, and it's also that focus on local issues.
Absolutely.
Which did very well for her. Now, Caroline Di Russo, I want to talk to you about this. Are quotas the way, and I suspect I know what you're going to say, but are quotas the way forward to get more female candidates coming up for the Liberal Party?
My views on this are well publicised, and I'm not an advocate of quotas simply because I haven't really seen the evidence that they produce necessarily better MPs. So I think within the Liberal Party there needs to be we talk about a meritocracy. Well, what does a meritocracy mean? What are the things that we are looking for? And I think the most important thing that we can do for women is make sure that they're involved in their local communities, make sure they're involved in all levels of the party. Make sure they're sitting on pre-selections before they're participating in pre-selections. They really need to understand the beast, be part of their community, and they need to be sponsored and helped and coached in their way into pre-selection. Pre-selections are really tough. We want women to be competitive. I'm not a fan of parachuting people into seats where they're not locals or they're unknown. That generally tends to upset party members. I think we can get more women involved, but there needs to be more support in the pipeline. It needs to be a longer pipeline, and they need that support to get there. They will get there. I think we've just got to adjust our approach.
But I mean, is there, Caroline, a cultural problem with some elements of the Liberals? Because there was a piece today in the Daily Telegraph which said that a particular Liberal woman in New South Wales was told not to run for Parliament, but that in fact she should settle down and have children. That's what she says. I mean, surely that sort of thing is going to turn off women who are thinking about joining the party or getting involved or standing, won't it?
I would love to see someone say that to me. I would
Can I
absolutely
watch?
pay good money.
I want to watch that too.
I would pay good money. Yeah, I'm sure you would. I would pay good money for someone to say that to me. And look, I don't doubt her that someone said that to her, but equally, I don't think that is representative. I don't think that is representative. And I've said this plenty of times. You know what? It's about the person who is running for the pre-selection. It's about, do they represent their community? Do they want to serve their community? Because quite frankly, a female factional lackey is as useless to the Australian people as a male factional lackey. So let's not pretend that, this is actually a gendered issue. Yes, I think there is a cultural issue. Yes, I think it disproportionately affects women, but I don't see how you fix one cultural weakness by establishing another cultural weakness.
And, I think you're right about that. But, also, we'd probably, if you scratch the surface, find a lot of those same stories I've heard, some of them about the Labor Party